If you're new to my channel, my name is Ohemaa. Welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, hey! When it comes to eyeshadow, there's the cut crease, there's a half cut crease, there's the graphic liner, the triple liner. There's a bunch of different eyeshadow techniques out there. Now, into this video, I am going to show you guys how to achieve a beautiful halo eyeshadow look that's not going to be cut crease involved. It's not going to be multiple tools involved. We're literally going to use one brush, one eyeshadow palette to create this look. So if you want to see how we achieved this gorgeous eyeshadow look, then keep on watching. So what I'm going to start out with is my brows. However it is that you come to the conclusion of a full brow is perfectly fine by me. I'm going to be using the NYX Professional Micro Brow Pencil, and this is the shade Black. I can use black and it will still look perfectly fine. Black brows, y'all, black brows. I like to go in with a mattifying concealer or a concealer that sets itself. The drugstore version of a concealer that sets itself is the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I really love that concealer. The matte one, because it sets itself, you don't have to worry about powdering it down. Now, I have a few different shades of that. However, for today's video, I'm going to be using the One Size Concealer. This is also a concealer that sets itself that you don't have to set. This is the shade Deep 3, and I'm choosing Deep 3 because it is the shade that closely matches my skin tone. The benefits of a skin tone concealer is you can literally clean the bottoms and the tops of your brows and not have to worry about whether or not the product is blending into your skin, okay? My eyelids do get oily, so what I like to do is go in with an eyeshadow primer. Today I'll be using the ColourPop Party Proof eyeshadow primer, and I'm just gonna go ahead and apply that to my eyes. I like to blend with my finger because it gives you a very smooth and even distribution of the product on your eyes. So next I'm going to go in with an eyeshadow base. I will be using the Juvia's Place eyeshadow base. This is the shade number 3. It's very close to a skin tone type of color, and you don't have to do too much to get it to blend in. Today I'll be using the Sigma pointed crease brush. This is the E48 brush. I don't generally use it as an eyeshadow brush. I use it to blend out my eyeshadow bases. And when you're blending out your eyeshadow base, you have to pat it in. You try to drag it, it's gonna drag or slide right off your eyes, and you don't want that. Right now I'm just doing like a tap and flick type of motion. If your base is already done, you can use your concealer brush or your concealer sponge and just blend the edges of your base out. That way it blends beautifully into your skin and it doesn't look crazy. We're going to be taking a brush from the Sigma eye and face brushes. We're going to be using the E24, the diffused blend brush. This is what it looks like. I like this because it is a small enough brush to fit into the crease, but it's also fluffy enough to blend out with. We're going to do this entire look with just one brush, okay? For the palette today, we're going to be using the Jackie Aina by Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette. If you haven't yet seen it, this is what that palette looks like. Okay, first I'm taking the shade Edges. I'm gonna place edges on both sides of my eye. I'm just stamping in the shade. Now this is where preference comes into play. You can go ahead and leave the back of it rounded if you're somebody who likes a more rounded kind of eyeshadow look, or you can go ahead and wing it out if you're somebody who likes a more winged out type eyeshadow look. Now personally, I like a more winged out eyeshadow look, so what I like to do is just wing out the eyeshadow like that, so then it just goes past my brows and it looks like it's like lifting the eye. So you can go ahead and blend it out anyway because it's always good to blend. Next I'm going to take the shade Credit, and Credit is a deeper shade with the same brush, and I'm going to place that in the inner part of this shadow that we just put down, and that will deepen the crease for us a little bit. I'm only going to place it on the outer part of the look. This will just help define my crease a little bit, and essentially just blending it in. So put it in the crease and just blend it out. And as you can see, that actually gives my crease more of a definition compared to this eye. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. It's very subtle, but it makes such a huge difference. I'm gonna go ahead and just use the same brush I used to blend my base, and I'm just gonna blend the middle part of this look. The parts where we didn't put any eyeshadow, I'm just gonna blend it out a little bit before we go in with our next shade. Now, personally, I don't think there's a shade in this palette I haven't used yet, but I'm taking this shade and I'm just gonna place it in the middle of my eye. With the same brush, I didn't take too much. I literally just tapped into it and I just placed it in the middle. You don't want to put it to where you have that really straight line and you're just going to leave it at that. You're going to blend it out a little bit. And for the top part of it, you're also going to blend that out because you don't want it to have a harsh line at the top. Very subtle eyeshadow look. And of course, we're doing the same thing on this eye and just lightly blending the edges out. I'm taking our original shade and I'm gonna blend that into the shimmer shade so that we don't have any harsh lines on the eyes. I'm gonna go into the shade Trust Issues and I'm gonna place Trust Issues directly in the middle of this look. And this one I'm not gonna blend out. I'm literally gonna leave it exactly where it is. Trust Issues is a bit more golden and I'm not gonna take it all the way up. I'm just putting it like halfway up to the brow. I'm gonna use that to blend the edges of this out a little bit. Taking the shade Edges still, and I'm gonna place edges on my lower lash line. And to do that, I'm gonna have to put my mirror up so that I can see. Okay, and then I'm gonna go back into the shade Credit and I'm gonna blend really close to my lash line with Credit. Same brush. Okay, and this gives me a very lightly colored lower lash line, and also it looks really, really good. Whether or not you're somebody who wears falsies or not, thicker, longer, more luscious lashes is always desired. So apply a little bit of a black eyeliner on the upper part of your eye, and that would give your lashes the appearance of it being thicker and fuller. You can also repeat the same process on your lower waterline. Okay guys, so I used the Milani Anti-Gravity Mascara on both my upper and lower lashes. This mascara actually picks up every single one of my non-existent, very tiny lashes, and I am here for it, okay? Going in with a little bit more of a transition shade just to essentially deepen it, and that will help my lashes stand out even more. And if you have any fallout on your face, just take some of your setting powder and a brush and set it, and after a while you can brush it off. So if you're somebody who doesn't know how to put on falsies, or you're like, I'm not about to ruin this gorgeous eyeshadow look with falsies, you don't have to put on falsies, but I am gonna put on some false lashes. I feel like lashes always just elevate your look. I am gonna be using my brand lashes and I'm just gonna apply it on. Now to put on lashes, you just look down, and I have my mirror down here so that it forces my eyes to look down, and then I'm gonna just go ahead and place it as close to my lash line as possible. I always stick the middle first. If you stick the middle first, everything else goes very easily. Outside corner, I always apply it slightly up. So for my lips, I'm gonna line with the Sephora Collection Molasses Liner. So I'm gonna go in with the Proper Beauty lipstick. This is the shade Made It. So this is my finished look, showing you guys a beginner-friendly halo eyeshadow look. As long as you follow this tutorial, you will be able to recreate a halo eyeshadow look with any palette. Okay, let me know down below in the comments what other eyeshadows you want to see in our beginner eyeshadow series. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.